And we're rolling. It is 7 a.m. on the 31st day of July in the year 2024. This is going to be an exclusive report. I have suited up and showed up to give you a deeper understanding of some of the real world experiences that I have had in the last week, several weeks in fact, and how the things that I have learned you can apply yourself to survive SOAR Maximum 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027. There is a reason on my main YouTube channel that it is advice for women, even if women at times have judged me. Now, let's begin with today's discussion, and it is advice. So this is being recorded in somewhat of a raw fashion. Without a suit and tie, in order to give you the truth without a mainstream media lens. Okay. We'll talk briefly about self-defense in mind, body, and spirit with regards to staying safe in this evil world. Okay. Over 8 nurses were given this channel, and it was made clear to them that I was not flirting with them when I gave them this channel. This was given to them to help educate them about the real world. And so I was held without my will because I became emotional. Some of you already know my emotional nature. Times in which I talked about feeling like the audience was in some ways, and society in some ways, the matrix in many ways, the blue pill reality in many ways, promoting suicide and giving up when I have given everything to this world and created a lot of anti-suicide content, especially my criticism of big tech. Now I'm going to show you something briefly. Right now I'm wearing new shades. While I was at a facility, mislabeled suicidal, but now I believe that I wasn't a victim, that I was there to bear witness. While there, my other blue light glasses broke, and this is what remains of them. It was required of me to wear these glasses in order to get sleep, okay? And so I'm going to be talking about my experience at this facility and what should never be done to prevent it from happening to an innocent person. So the system doesn't misunderstand us when we become emotional, but the system is broken, my friends. The system. Modern therapists, they're not good at handling trauma. So someone with trauma, PTSD or CPTSD, and if you're honest with yourself, and if you like me, and if you've been watching this channel, you know that I've got issues from bad things that have happened to me from the content that I've created, plus other stuff. If you're honest, you know that's the truth, and you know my history in Portland, in Costilla County. You know that there's an accumulation of cortisol and stress that I have taken on, and I have blood pressure issues. High blood pressure issues, which I will not take medication for, nor the additional medications that they have prescribed for the side effects. Okay, and so what I'm here to tell you is that I experienced what Jack Nicholson experienced in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And on Substack, what I'm going to do is show the movie, which I downloaded onto this computer here, which I'm making the show on. Okay. And so I am going to be discussing the parallels between my experience and that. I also have a notebook of the things that I have witnessed. So I feel called, even before breakfast, I'm a little lightheaded from all the coffee I drank this morning. I feel that it's important that you get this report from me, and that it be a long report. But this is probably going to be the first part in an ongoing series. And there will be more details given in the members area at my Substack. So if you know the Substack to go to and where the members area is, you'll get more information there. Having said that, I want to welcome the military veteran back from Portland, Oregon, and just remind him, as I'm going to remind all of you, I had a very positive experience with the U.S. military veteran because he did vocalize that my life mattered, and it was easy for me to vocalize to him that his life mattered. And this U.S. military veteran who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, who I was basically a cellie with, was the kindest person to me in that entire facility. He told me, he volunteered some information, which may or may not be true, that he was some sort of a, is the term wind talker for the U.S. Army? In his tours of Iraq and Afghanistan, he may have had mystical abilities that were used by the government, and he began to speak to me in his sleep. He began to speak to me my given birth name, which consciously he said he did not know my name. I asked him when he was awake why he said my name, or was trying to, and he had no memory of that. And he was telling me to start a church, in a way I think that I already have been. So I'm not going to claim to be an XYZ, but I think there is something bizarrely prophetic about my utterings of the year 2025 for many, many years. I don't believe that Tim Pool is superior to me. I believe that some of the emails that come in from time to time from people that I hung out with are rude. And that's why I don't talk to people like who sent an email accusing me of being drunk on the left-right paradigm. When he promoted me, Matt Walsh, Jesse Lee Peterson, the black conservative, people that are critical of criticism of Russia are lost in the left-right paradigm. People that apologize for Donald Trump and the right wing because of the craziness of Portland are lost in the left-right paradigm. When people that don't create their own content, who are fans of Charlie Veach, attack me, I know that they're not on the side of the light, especially when they attack me for being a Gnostic, for even trying to create self-doubt in me, for even trying to. So just understand, God is observing your treatment of me. The identifier has spoken, right? Thought form number one that you're going to see, the original, be original, right? I have moved on from the surname persona, and I do use other names, and I will use other names and other channels if those names come under attack or are sabotaged. I'll even use AI avatars. So my encouragement to you is to be supportive of the videos that I choose to create for you that you agree with, and you will get my energy. That's a message to W and others. Hell awaits those working to destroy me. So I wrote these utterances and created art. I took part in their coloring exercises in an environment in which I was not trusted to have my own crayons. Okay, so I was in an environment where I was withdrawing from a THC substance, but I don't experience alcohol withdrawal. But I was taken there when I was drunk because I became drunk and began to hallucinate the possibility or begin to manipulate those around me into thinking that I was suicidal because I didn't want to be threatened with homelessness. This is a list of the medications that I was forced to take against my will in order to comply with the rules at the facility. This is page 1. And this is the back page. It's going to be a little bit of show and tell, my friends. This is a woman who teaches art, obeying my requests for more artwork. This is what it is. This exists on the outside of my dwelling for spirit to say. This is me partaking in what I consider to be a 15% approval rating of the therapy. Although there were some nice therapists there, this is somewhat childish, would you not say? Oh, so. I can't be trusted with a crayon, but I can be a man on a planet of 8 billion. See, I woke up to a lot of things that will take me time. We'll have to do this in a multi-part series and professionally. But you needed to hear me and see me without the medication, with only the CBD 2HC blend. And look here. New divination devices done with Christ. Right? This is frankincense and myrrh. Okay? We have a candle here. So we do embrace spirit. And I'll tell you, even Christians, when they go into these environments, right? Christians, when they go into these environments where there's evil and there's drug taking, they're not really permitted to talk about demons or Satan. That's considered schizophrenic. That's considered schizoid affective. So therapists that know about demons, if they want to keep their job, they know better than to even think about talking to a guy like me. If they subscribe, but they will not email me if they know what's good for them. This is the reality of Big Brother. This is why if you are a government worker and you're thinking about talking to me, get a Proton email. I said get a Proton email. And think outside the box. Some of you never once dealt with stalking. Thank you, W. Because of W, I had to learn to watch my blind spots. But now I just don't give a fuck. I got blind spots up the wazoo with what I'm doing now. Running around megaphoning this, that, and the other. Fear of the devil is not an option right now. This is a candle. And I regularly visit Latino markets for their beef. And I like the Latino culture more than my father's culture. And so I aim to make positive female Latina friends. And I will create my own familia. I will be a dad. I want you to know that I don't hurt people. I want you to know that I don't use my fists on people. I want you to know that I want you to be prepared, though, when I show you this, that I'm not promoting that you hurt a man with this. I think that I want you women and men to know how to punch so hard that you can knock out a giant. If they were to land on Earth, what would you do if you didn't have a gun to take out really harmful forces that were basically monsters with a single punch? Think outside the box when you see me show you tips like that. Right? Or things like this, and I show you how to use it. Try to think outside the box of someone being maimed or destroyed who's innocent. And think about a monster. Think about a Goliath being taken out by a David when you see me invoke those things, okay? And understand, every time we do this and we bring these things up, self-defense, we talk about spirituality, we talk about courage. I show you the terahertz bracelet. I show you what I want to gift women with that work in environments where they're surrounded by Wi-Fi and strangers and technology. Put some coconut oil on my face today because my face needs the vitamins. I have proteined up in recent days. Bison, beef, fajita tortas. Went to a less than cheap, and I have very little money that I can go out and spend, but I took someone out to eat, and we had fajita tortas. And so I look forward to sushi in the future. When the funds are there, I want to thank Patrick for your donations. I want to thank others who have donated, past, present, and future. I want to thank my mother for her multi-$1,000 donations. My mother doesn't understand me. She understands me less, and this is unfortunately the reality of not only the Matrix, but becoming senile and old age. Mom, just a little message for you. Remember your grandma. Remember your mom's mom. You remember that? You remember your mom's mom? You see, I know there's something that is inherent within that bloodline, and let's not pretend that it's not inherent. We're going to take a brief break. Now, this particular video is going to be shared on various platforms. It's going to be shared on my main channel. Okay, for the people that have been watching me for years. It's also going to be shared on the new channel, which is shared locally around town. And I'm going to be traveling state to state soon. Maybe I'll be in Vegas. Probably not, though. Probably not. I am aware that down in the South, down in Houston, Texas, that power's been out for a while. And that is one of the main targets of Russia in the event of World War III. I've been warning of a situation where the power goes out and doesn't come back, and now it's happening. So we're not going to do a big news show. Patrick, thank you for your donations and your news tips. We're going to do a news show soon. I think what you need from me is a variety of content that ranges from self-help to meditation to news to doing podcasts to also suiting up and showing up on camera so that you can look into my eyes, and basically be recipient of the energy. And I take off the adherence bracelet and I put on other things and amulets to take on that power and energy. This is a watch from the A-Man. He continues to receive angry voicemails from me over the unresolved past. Same thing with my mother. As long as they understand their role in the man that I am today. Now, this is some artwork. Like I said, I had created... Here we go. Take this in. I created not only some affirmations on paper, but I put into power, I invoked the spiritual power in the symbols. Having read Dion Fortune's book, I found it to be synchronistic that the rose and the cross were there waiting for me on day 1 of coloring class. Here is the cross with the masters of the inner planes written on it. And then here is the rose. Now, at some point, I may have some interesting video footage for you of the Hindu cop trying to hypnotize me into thinking that I was drunk. What I can tell you is I rose spiritually with the Dion Fortune material. And if you haven't got our ebook, contact me. Some of you did get the ebook and then you ran for your lives for the hills, thinking it was evil, when clearly if you read it, it's invoking the protectionary archetypes of your white man history. Arthur, Merlin, aspects of Catholicism, Jesus. So in other words, if I'm mixed race and I'm giving you as a white person Dion Fortune's information and you're getting wigged out, what is the deal? 30 seconds of awkward eye contact, along with maybe some music. Jeopardy theme. Now, what is the deal? Asked in a Jerry Seinfeld voice. Na, 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 with Magna PI sunglasses. Na, 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 and then a little something from 1985. Probably $144 when they were initially sold at that time. But don't throw away your broken blue light glasses just yet. But they were definitely wondering what my deal was with these weird glasses. Now I understand. These are good for protecting against the blue light, the fluorescence, fighting insomnia, but protecting your energy from the demonic energies from even people at the supermarket. So, there was evil coming at me when I invoked the masters and went beyond Jesus. And that's what you're dealing with also when you feel hesitant. Some of you are really brainwashed because of what you've heard from. Some of you, you criticize Orthodox Christianity, yet you speak with an Orthodox tongue against Hindu this and Hindu that. You get all pumped up with that righteousness while also criticizing Orthodox Christianity. See how I'm aware of that? How about separate what the Hindu extremists are doing from the magical side of Indian spirituality? If you want your ancestry to be respected, stop calling everything Indian demonic. Just a little advice from me to you. But I recognize when I did that and called in those forces, Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, let's just get out of the way, folks. Shit will come your way if you're not being authentic. So I had dreams in which maybe it wasn't a demon, but it was a tall white being grabbing by the neck, and I was forced to not resist, like the DUI check, to keep my hands at my side and not open up my throat chakra. I was being removed from the table and people were just watching me, and it felt like a demonic attack. Didn't feel friendly. Like they were trying to stop me from bringing that love and light to Portland. Now, did any Portlanders message me since I did that ritual in Portland? No. And do I suspect then that all Portlanders might be human traffickers if they don't thank me for those rituals? Yes. Just so there's transparency between us. If you're just watching me silently from Portland, Oregon, and you're coming back to my newsletter when I said, oh, Portlanders, get out now, and you're not telling me you're supporting me telepathically, I suspect that you're trying to gather info on me, that you're a part of the kidnapping network, that you're walking around Portland back and forth looking for victims, and that you're driving around Portland looking for people that may have known me. All right? If you don't say that my life matters and you are part of the killing fields machine and you're walking around Portland, you are suspect of being a bad guy, especially if you try to email me right? I'm not going to tell you how many exactly, but it's definitely less than 5. All the mojo from Portland folks has made me feel ill. Isn't it interesting that days after someone signed up that I experienced a mental health crisis on the 19th of July, when they came back on the 17th of July, folks, I don't know how to tell you this. Folks at the hospital, I don't know how to tell you this. Nurses at the hospital that I gave you my channel, I don't know how to tell you this. But I am psychic as fuck. And don't let the Spider-Man thing wig you out, but I am the identifier. I will take the archetype of Spider-Man and rewrite the script with the solar symbols, you see. I will live on. I will choose to be happy because I will play a powerful role here on the planet. There will be a great correction. I am the identifier. I have been sent here. And then Jackie, who threatened me with rape, and that place says, oh yeah, there will be peace when you're gone. As I said, there will be peace. There will be a great correction. He laughs and retorts, when you're gone. Exactly the type of thing that you're going to hear from a demon. I was converting demons to the light. Same thing that I'm doing right here with some of you. Holla, let's send the dislike section our love and light, folks. Sending love and light to the people in the dislike section now. Sending love and light to the... Now that we're doing telepathic X-Men powers, and they kept playing X-Men on the radio, X-Men on the TV over and over at that facility. Let's now go to that place where I spent for 9 days, where the little kid says in the Sixth Sense, I see dead people. Let's go there, baby. And clear out the energy. Clear out the demonic energy. Clear out the trauma. Clear out the entities, convincing people they're schizophrenic. Clear out the evil spirits, convincing some of the staff that the people need to be mass drugged. Clear out the staff now. Clear out the staff now. Clear out the staff now. Make them see the light. You will now be awakened by the truth that we are not born with a chemical imbalance. Maybe you are the one who was born with a chemical imbalance. You're on notice from the light. This is not a threat. I was brought to your place to bear witness. Now, woo! The truth is this. The truth is this. I got way bigger hands than A-Man, and he knows it. It was never really brought up till now. And feet. I got giant feet. Here, listen. And this is good for a person who is willing to kick professionally. There's nothing wrong with me not only bringing in the spiritual masters, but calling in the one, the only, the dragon. And Q... down, down, down. And we're talking about Bruce Lee. Wah! Dun, 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 dun. You know the dragon theme. 1973. A-Man was 17. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Bow, bow, bow. All right, everybody. No, no, no. No, no, no. Wow, 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 wow. Now, astrally in your mind, go to that place that I was for multiple days and clear out those demonic energies. Clear out those toxic thought forms. Clear out those demonic energies that are attracted to those humans that are forced to take drugs. Because, folks, I now know what it's like. This program has been brought to you by Dickens Cat Food. I invited a hottie who is batting for the other side of this channel. Now, if you want to come to the light, Missy, you know the email. I'll take you for a wild ride, a magic carpet ride. I'll come back and buy all the cat food you like. As long as you understand I am against your dad. It's all. Fuck Satan. Fuck Satan. Satan bought most of your asses. You don't even realize. Break the contract now. Put up the porn blocker. Defend women from rape. I'll give you the coordinates, ladies, to be better women. Come with me if you want to evolve your soul. Listen to Madonna's Live to Tell. There's many women who have lived to tell the tale. Watch Billie Jean on YouTube. Watch I Am Wrath, John Travolta on YouTube. Watch Heat with Burt Reynolds on YouTube. Learn to be a good man by watching me on YouTube. Enough of this TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. I got a message for you, Emily R., Subject F of Portland, Oregon. TikTok, period. Masters in the Inner Planes. Of course you won't reply because you're a telepath. You know what I mean. Of course you swam with the dolphins in order to extract their loosh. Now, Let's light a candle for the victims of war. Let's understand that I summon 1 million dead victims of war that you people have taken out because I'm trying to help you. So I have summoned all of them. Whether they did right or wrong, the fact is, if your people wipe them out, that was wrong. And if you want to avoid the fire, then you will help me. Master now. I am the master over the elements. And do I summon sometimes the last dragon, 1985, in order to make a point to you about the power within Jedi? Yes, I do. Terahertz bracelet coming soon to a hand near you. You see a woman walking around with the Terahertz bracelet, it doesn't mean that I own her. It means that my thoughts are protecting her. Maybe they'll even get a flash drive to go with it so they could show their mom and dad that this is the real deal. Not the Messiah of Messiahs. It's that the 144 is real. And I'll see them in traffic. I see you, baby, shaking that ass. And I'll tell you, what side? No, I do a nod. I see the digits, the 144, the 2, or the 122, or the 411. I identify evil, and I identify good. And I identify evil that's willing to become good if someone would just sit down with them and show them the light. I know what you're thinking, honey. But sexual healing's a real thing. And it was in 2023 that I began to rise again with the solar cycle and the Chinese spy balloon. God is our sun, or sun is our God, our shield. It gives us grace, says one particular pamphlet. Continuing. Stay humble, Daniel son, and you will. So, I'm against sleep deprivation, but I'm telling you, I needed 9 days in the can, in the slammer, in the mental health tank. See that pretty booty? Totally looks underage. Totally can't look at that. Totally will not look at adult content, but I've not gone full FAP yet. And if you want to know how I've released the prana, my friends, I've thought about the people in my life that I've come across in the real world in the last 30 days. No more of this adult content, okay? No more of this wow, and sexy black women got it going on these days. Start each day with a compassionate heart. And I'm seeing the 44444. I turned 44.4. I turned 44.4 when I was there. I turned 44.4. Because girls just want to have fun. Well, I want the girls to come to my YouTube channel. I want them to hit like. I want them to comment. I want them to allow me to just be me on YouTube. Who am I? Let's find out. I'm a good boy who's spiritual, who knows about the power of the sun. Hell yeah, I'm going to send this link to somebody today. Why not, bro? When in Rome, when the world is ending, look for the best women on earth and go, you're worth saving. Screw them. I'm looking at you, kid. I don't even need to touch your body. I just want you to pick a good man and be a good mommy. Is that okay? Is that okay? I'm a teacher. I'm a fighter. I'm a talk show podcaster. I am not Rush Limbaugh's son or relative. This is me the other day, putting this on my altar with my rocks and crystals, with my Lord of the Rings, thou shalt not pass giant picture, invoking, let me make sure I'm zipped up, the Masters, Carl Simonton on Venus. Where you at, bro? I totally invoked the Carl Simonton. So, mommy, dear mommy, and amen. If you thought that I deserved to be there, you deserve, art thou, to be there. Whoop, 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 whoop. It was because my light was meant to be there. You're very psychic, mommy. But to think that I was damaged, well, here's the deal. Your ass is grass as far as your email. You're invited to come back to the Substack, but you need to learn to be a lady. You need to learn to be a lady and not show much skin like you've been doing all years. You got to learn how to create an anonymous email. Oh, I'm too scared. Oh, I'm too scared. Yet you run around the internet with like your name and shit. Like, look at me. Though it's called I'm a Little Teapot. Ballet is superior to all things 333 at Mystical One at Proton. That's how you do it. You need it spelled out for you, sunshine. Okay, you want to talk about ETs and crafts? You don't even know how to put on a veil on the internet properly. You don't even know how to like interact with your son in a healthy way. You don't even know how to create a new female persona. All you know how to is to say things and go, we have a lot of things in common. We have a similar DNA that's cursed by like the Anunnaki or some shit because of shit ancestors did. Morris Nagel of Aurora told me everything. And you think those animals in Aurora, Oregon sent me 1 ounce of love? Of course I took down those videos. 22025 Airport Road is all I need to know, my friends. I was born on 225. Oh my God, my email went out to 225 recipients. Oh my God, I keep seeing 225 on the clock. Oh yeah, folks, I'm crazy. And Tim Pool is a late to the show fuckface who Aaron's a fan of. Tim Pool, who's now saying we're in countdown to 2025. How many of you all saw that I created this channel, 2025 countdown? Now, how many of you are going to get the fucking t-shirts when it comes down? Because it's coming, folks. The commandment's been made. We're getting the t-shirt. Then you're getting the swag. Then you're getting... Eli Ritchie said he's down. I told him I don't have the swag yet. Eli Ritchie said, bro, you don't have swag. You ain't nothing, bro. You ain't nothing till you have the swag. You get swag, then you're somebody. So you want it? You want it? You got it. You'll get the dice jacket. You'll get it all. You'll get the red leather gloves, the black leather gloves. You'll get the driving videos. You'll get me at my best, at my strongest, before it all comes down. You will come to know that I am going to knock out these Anunnaki fools, not a human, when they fall off the spaceship. This is not for a human, folks. This is for those Anunnaki 8-foot, boom, you're not taking my girlfriend. Boom, you're not taking this. Boom, let the bodies hit the floor. Understand when you see this and you're tipped off to the companies that sell this for about 100 dineros. It's more like 100, the songs at a strip club. You're becoming more conscious, W and others. You're listening to the Leon the God meditations. We're grounding out the mental health facility. We're clearing out the angels. Calling all angels, calling all angels. You're going to get the t-shirt. You're going to get the t-shirt. I'm going to give you biblical quotes, principalities and powers. I'm going to give you God power. I'm going to activate Ahura Mazda, the creator of Zoroastrianism, which came before Islam. Woo! I've got the power. That's right. I will respect Islam and Sufi realities, but only him and only them, but not the Orthodox. You hear me talking, Desert Fox? And I want to see your likes, boy. I want to see your likes. After years and years of putting me on blast, when you're hiding in the blackness, when you're hiding in the darkness, no, you will come to support. You will come to show me 50 likes. You will come to show me 100 likes. You will show me today, 5 of you that are stragglers on YouTube are going to go over to Substack without me having to edit it in here, and you're going to sign up, and you're going to get notified by email. And you're going to remember this over all things. Watch over Substack primarily when I'm animated on video. Don't be addicted to the YouTube crack. You're going to be reminded, but you won't be insulted because I know what it's like. Now, pause. In this facility, do these make me look fat? There's something very 14-year-old about it. It just doesn't quite fit, but I try. I just got a feeling somebody with real money had these at one point. So let the donations roll in, right? We're going to be going over the basics of spirituality, but I was doing Qigong, Tai Chi, and a number of things. I did not have my crystals, and I was forced to take drugs, so I was forced to do more Tai Chi because I was there to share my light. Don't let the evil of this world blow out our light. So when you're mass drugged and you're kidnapped and you have PTSD, know how to access your light. So I was in training. I was insulted many times. I will talk in a future video about the more traumatic parts, but this will be the free flow part 1. And I'm going to bring completion to this so that I can come back with more, because I want you to learn from this. But I need you to know about emotional freedom technique. Know how to tap your head when you're stressed and anxious. Know how to tap your forehead, your eyebrows, your cheeks, pressure points around your jaw, your temples, and do it slower without speaking. I'm demonstrating, okay? But for me to really experience this, I have to be silent, but it's still going to have an effect. Go walking. I got up today at 1 p.m. I slept. So like when I'm back online and you're watching me, folks, sometimes you drain me and you're watching me and I pick up on your thoughts psychically. And we're going to stop recording before 44 minutes because you needed to hear me talk. Now, we confronted a man who threatened me with rape at the facility, but I forgave him because I started doing a heavy breathing, heavy key breathing to strike tear into him so I wouldn't have to actually strike him. And I kicked above my head, and I'm getting very flexible right now as far as my kicking. Some of you watching me strike the bat can see that. Yes, I've summoned the spirit of Bruce Lee and Bolo, and I'm angry at A-Man / Mr. X for not teaching me really martial arts as I should have been, as deep as I should have been. W had to be remind me of that I didn't get the full meal deal like I think I did. And so that feels like a manipulation. That feels like Cobra Kai. You know, that feels like, you know, and he literally did that. Do you have a problem with that? When I would challenge him on certain things and press certain things. Do you have a problem with that? Well, we need to turn that on the evil ones and ask the evil ones as I ask you, do you have a problem with that? If I ask you if you're spiritual, if you're against rape, if you're willing to learn about the sun. Do you have a problem with that? Because I have a problem with stupidity. I have a problem with people in the mental health field that want to recreate One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Now, if you want to hear more about my story, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to eat my breakfast. And I'm going to ask that you go to Substack because I'm going to upload One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and I'm going to talk over it box and box. Now, Aaron, if you want to recorrect your actions, you can recorrect with the subject email. But I have filtration process in place to not allow people to curse me. I'm just telling you right now, I did not burn my mom's cards. Mom, I did not burn your cards. But I took all your cards and I put them in a containment center just in case you're using witchcraft. Because you prove to me that you say, I love you, when you don't really mean it. Now, there's a woman out there named Sarah who's tagged me who says she loves Alex Ansary. Women have never said that to me before. And so we just need to let you know if there's a woman out here that went public, right? He says she loves Alex Ansary and she's in the Midwest, right? So it takes a non-New York woman, a non-California woman, a non-Alaska woman, a non-Oregon woman, a non-Colorado woman, a non-Texas woman, a non-Florida woman, a non-Kentucky woman, on and on and on, to say, I love Alex Ansary. Now, the comments will be open. What you do with it will be up to you. But that beautiful, beautiful woman known as Accidental Warrior on YouTube, baby, where you at? Daddy, miss you. Daddy saw something in you. Now, instead of the 444, we're going to end this on the 39 because it is not an accident. I am not a victim. While I may have thought I was a victim, being hauled away in handcuffs, right? Literally in handcuffs, my freedom taken. I saw the light. I saw that there are nurses out there that are forced to be insulted, and there are men being taken against their will. They're being trafficked, and there are women that have been raped. Women that have been gang raped with threat of machete that were in there too, that were forced to fuck many men. I'm sorry to repeat that, but she was traumatized by even hearing the work that I'm doing online. And it took her days to be able to speak to me. And at the end of those days, this woman who admitted that she was forced to bang these men over threat of being beheaded with a machete came to ask for this channel. So we're going to end now with prayers for this woman that she will be protected in the 20 seconds that remain. Dear God above, please protect this woman. We're going to call her Jennifer, and make sure that Jennifer is never harmed before or again, and that there is justice to the men that harmed her. Okay? And we're going to send her so much light that she never ends up in a mental health facility before. In the future recordings, folks, I'm going to tell you about me and a U.S. military veteran, a wind talker who had mystical powers, who I slept next to for 7 days. And I'll tell you what, folks, I'm feeling very psychic and that I got a transference of energy. So for those of you stragglers that are military friends, I said your life matters, white lives matter. If you are hesitating to say that my life matters or to tell people about me in the city of my birth, just understand that I am angry and I'm looking at you in spirit going, WTF, 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 WTF. Come to the light, folks, because Portlanders, people in Colorado, Washington, California, Arkansas, Texas, Florida, New York, Tennessee, we don't have much longer. You hear?